We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow, and in today's video we're going to talk about the top 2 stocks to keep on your radar, especially as they're near their 52-week lows. And if things continue to be as turbulent as they are in the markets, it is going to present opportunities. The 2 stocks I'm going to be watching are PTON and ZM, but we're going to break down why you want to be watching these, what 42 Vision is showing, and I have a third one to share with you guys as a bonus. Now, I am not rushing into these positions or opportunities, but I will share with you guys some of the option opportunities I will be watching and what I will be looking for based off the charts. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if you want to get on early with us every single morning, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you want to get on early with us every single morning and know about these opportunities before they take off, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the stocks I mentioned this morning. Every single one of them gave us 5 to 10% opportunities, 10 to 20%. But the home run of the day turned out to be GFAI. This stock was sitting sideways and pulling downwards when we caught it in the pre-market. It hit a low of about 171, jumped up nearly 5%, pulled back down, and in a matter of minutes, you can see here with 42 Vision 2.0, and Ultimate 42 Vision, the upgrade that's coming soon, that bull indicator popped up at around 178, and it took off to a highest point of 35% plus since we mentioned it in the pre-market, all the way to the highest point of possibility of 227, guys. And if you want to get on early with us every single day, we strive for opportunities like these. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So here we are with PTON, Peloton Interactive Inc., and the stocks I'm about to share with you guys are very risky, and they are in downward trends and downward pressures. Now I'm going to share with you guys why I'm watching them, and the main reason is with all the FUD that's being thrown around. Now we had Moderna say that they don't have efficacy versus or against the Omicron variant, but we have Pfizer coming out and saying the opposite, that they do have some efficacy and they're working on it. So it's making the S&P 500 index slightly reverse after having a big pullback. But when you really look at the bigger picture here of what is really going on, this has been in a downward trend through the ups and downs, right, for the last several weeks and month, okay? So super important to be aware of this and pay close attention that after we hit this high up here, we have been falling since. Now, if there is efficacy on more than one typical vaccine brand that's out there, and if there's a new one that comes out with efficacy that we have not seen before, well then I want you to be aware that you want to rule this out, because the opportunity is going to be very slim and it's going to be near worthless trying to focus on this any longer. So while the FUD is still high, these are the stocks in this video that I'm going to be watching before they possibly explode. If the FUD subsides and fades away, this is not going to move as quickly as we anticipated, and it kind of just rules out that this was something to prepare for if necessary, to find an opportunity while the stock markets are falling and if a rotation was to happen. So Peloton's the first one. If it breaks through $41, I am not going to watch this anymore. I am not going to pay attention to it. So I am going to pay close attention to how it reacts with its support, if it hits a new 52-week low, and if it struggles to get above $46 and it's just bouncing around 46 to 41, there isn't much going on either. And if more news comes out bringing clarity about the efficacy of these vaccines with the Omicron, then there's really nothing to watch here with Peloton. I'm going to tell you for what it is and how it is. Now I'm going to share with you guys the option opportunities I'm watching. So the longer term one is 21 of January of 2022. And I'm going to be watching here the strike of $55. Has an open interest of nearly 5,000. It's at 4,500 and going right now for 1.55. I'm going to be watching that one if it dips more or if it consolidates, and I'm going to be paying close attention to it throughout the day. Another one I will be watching as well, if it goes lower and closer to the price of this one, would be this one up here of the strike of $50 at $2.56 sitting currently. Okay, super important to be aware of that. Now the short term, if things do get volatile and things are moving, then the one I will be watching here is the $49 strike, or even the $48 strike here on December 17th. If by any chance the $45 strike pulls downwards, that will be a huge interest of mine as well. And a lot of people are focusing on the $50 one as well. So those are the ones I'm going to be watching for the 17th of December of 2021, nearly 2 weeks from now. Super important to be aware of these numbers and dates. These are the levels I'm going to be watching. These are the strikes in the options chain that I'm going to be watching. And these are call options, not put options. They're calls, okay? They're on this side based off of the screen that I'm showing you guys here, the Webull application. Now, let's go ahead and pull up here Zoom. Now, Zoom is a stock that, even though there is a rotation or isn't a rotation, it's definitely one to keep on your radar regardless, because it is a growing company and things are changing. And there's a lot of jobs that now use Zoom more than ever. And a lot of people have started using Zoom. So let's go ahead and look here at where it stands. And this is near its 52-week low as well. It popped up off of it and it went to highs here of about 237, pulled back down, and is sitting around 212. Now between 212 and $200 is what I'm going to be watching for. If it breaks through that, I will be watching carefully how it reacts between 200 and 195. And those will be the key levels to watch carefully and see if the bulls try to reappear, or if the headlines are changing, the story is changing, and there is no rotation. Now, like I stated, Zoom is beyond just rotational, but it does get affected by how things are moving and how things are looking. Now, ZM stock has been hit hard. I will actually be watching this with patience, no rush, and seeing what is going on overall in the markets. Again, remember, these are strategies to position oneself if by any chance the Omicron gets out of hand and there isn't enough data showing efficacy that the markets want to see from the vaccines, and it starts reacting and rotating in a very quickly manner. Okay, so when we have here ZM pulled up for December 17th, okay, there's a few key levels I want to watch, and this is call options as well. Now, if you want to be bold and go against it and do put options, you can as well if things shift very quickly, but I would not look at that as an opportunity, because they can naturally bounce off these levels even without rotation. But the rotation will accelerate the possibility of opportunity here with these call options if things do rotate. Now, here we have the 250, okay, strike price on December 17th, 2021. That is the one I will be watching. It's at 195. It's down 10% for the day. And then another one I will be watching is down here at 260 at 130, up 7% for the day. And it's been with an ask of 135 and a bid of 115. Now, towards January, okay, 21st of 2022, the call options I will be watching are as follows: 290, okay, and 300. Those are the two main ones I'm watching. They right now don't have as much volume. The open interest is all right, and the price points per contract is not that big of a deal. You know, it's something manageable, something worth watching. Now, one is down 17% while the other's up 6%. These are the two I'll be watching: the 290, the 300. And also, if by any chance these do get cheaper and there is a rotation that starts to form, I will be watching the 260 and 270, but right now 290 and 300 are the ones I will be looking at, and we were not too far from 290 just about a month ago. So super important to realize why I'm picking these strikes and what I'm going to be looking at. But remember, keywords, okay guys? If this breaks through supports, I may not even watch this. If it breaks through 200, I may actually rule it out, and I'll reanalyze what the market is doing, how the S&P 500 index is reacting, and if the rotation is in play. Because just because the S&P 500 index falls does not mean a rotation is in play. The only way this rotation is possibly going to happen is if the fear continues to rise and the efficacy of vaccines are not where everyone planned them to be against the Omicron. I think that's the only reason why there would be a rotation and these stocks can bounce with strength off their 52-week lows. I'm not saying they're going to get back to their 52-week highs, but there will be opportunities that can be accelerated within these stocks movements. Now, if by any chance next week things continue to get bearish, I will rule out December 17th. This is something that needs to work very soon, very quickly, sometime this week. If it takes till next week and things are still kind of falling or sideways and these stocks are not rotating or going upwards, then a rotation might not be in play. And if the Omicron is something that's not to be concerned about or alarmed about and could be contained with the efficacy of these vaccines, these plays are to just not even be paid attention to, okay? I am actually just sharing with you guys how I'm going to hedge, right? To prepare myself for opportunities if they present themselves throughout the volatility and possible rotation that can be very accelerated due to the fact of the fears and reopening plays not being the focus, if not the stay-at-home stocks and technology stocks. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.